Good morning, everybody, and welcome to News Now from Fox. We start with a news alert this morning out of Hualien, Taiwan. As you can see here, these images coming in. Getting some information from the Associated Press, AP is reporting a train partially derailed in eastern Taiwan today after colliding with an unmanned vehicle that had rolled down a hill, killing 48 people. With the train still partly in a tunnel, survivors climbed out of windows and walked along the train's roof to reach safety after the country's deadliest railway disaster. The crash occurred near the Toroko Gorge scenic area on the first day of a long holiday weekend when many people were hopping trains on Taiwan's extensive rail system. The train had been carrying more than 400 people. Again, all of this information coming from the Associated Press. The National Fire Service confirmed the death toll, which included the train's young, newly married driver, and said all aboard had now been accounted for. More than 100 people were injured, it said. Railways news officer Weng Hui-ping called the crash Taiwan's deadliest rail disaster. Wang said a construction truck operated by the Railway Administration slid onto the track from a work site on the hillside above. No one was in the truck at the time. He said the speed of the train was not known. The train had only partially emerged from a tunnel, and with much of it still inside, many escaping passengers were forced to scramble out of doors and windows and scale the sides of the train to walk along the roof to safety. Television footage showing, and pictures as well posted from the scene on the website of the official Central News Agency, showed people climbing out of the open door of a rail car just outside the entrance to the tunnel. Part of the wall of one car had smashed into a seat. Taiwan is a mountainous island, and most of its 24 million people live in the flatlands along the northern and western coasts that are home to the most of the island's farmland, biggest cities, and high-tech industries. The lightly populated east is popular with tourists, many of whom travel there by train to avoid mountain roads. An investigation launched into the crash. There is no immediate word about any arrests. In a tweet, Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen said emergency services, quote, have been fully mobilized to rescue and assist the passengers and railway staff affected. We will continue to do everything we can to ensure their safety in the wake of this heartbreaking incident, end quote. The crash came on the first day of the 4-day Tomb Sweeping Festival, an annual religious holiday when people travel to their hometowns for family gatherings and to pay their respects at the graves of their ancestors. Now, Taiwanese Premier Su Zheng said the Railways Administration would be required to immediately conduct checks along other track lines to, quote, prevent this from happening again, end quote. Taiwan's last major rail crash was in October 2018 when an express train derailed while rounding a tight corner on the northeast coast, killing at least 18 people and injuring nearly 200. In 1991, a collision in western Taiwan killed 30 people, and another crash a decade earlier also killed 30. Those were said to be the worst previous crashes on the rail system that dates from the late 19th century. Taiwan's extensive rail system has undergone substantial upgrades in recent years, particularly with the addition of a high-speed line connecting the capital Taipei with West Coast cities to the south. The train involved in today's derailment, the Toroko number 408, oftentimes there on the train you see the 408, is one of Taiwan's newer models. So again, the reports that we are hearing from the Associated Press out of Taiwan, these are live images. 48 people have been killed, dozens injured, and we're talking about possibly more than 100 people being injured. But there was more than 400 people on board when we're being told that the train was hit by an unmanned vehicle. That vehicle, again, what I'm getting word is a construction truck operated by the Railway Administration slid onto the track from a work site on the hillside above. No one was in the truck at the time. Again, speed of the train is unknown. It is a breaking news alert this weekend. I will continue to stay on top of it and bring you any developments here this morning on News Now from Fox. But again, everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Again, I will continue to stay on top of all of the developments happening from Taiwan. No doubts there will likely be a news conference a little bit later.